Hey guys, for the last few weeks we've been learning about God's people, the Jews, who lived in captivity in Babylon. God made King Cyrus set God's people free so that they could rebuild their temple in Jerusalem. God used King Cyrus even though King Cyrus wasn't one of God's people, so that God's plan would happen. Not all the Jews went to Jerusalem. Some of God's people stayed in Persia. The king of Persia was King Xerxes, and he chose Esther to be his queen because she was beautiful and intelligent. Esther didn't tell the king that she was a Jew. One day, Mordecai, Esther's cousin, heard that Haman, an important leader who works for the king, was planning to kill all of the Jews. Mordecai was upset. He was a Jew, and he didn't want all the people that he loved to be killed. Mordecai and all of the Jews cried. Esther didn't know what was wrong, so she sent a messenger to Mordecai and asked, "Why are all the Jews upset?" Mordecai told Esther about Haman's evil plan. "You have to do something," Mordecai said. "Ask the king to stop Haman. Ask him to save the Jewish people." Esther sent a message back to Mordecai. "No one can approach the king, not even me, unless the king calls for that person first." Esther said the punishment is death. "Unless the king holds out his scepter, then you may live." "You're a Jew," Mordecai said. "If you don't stop Haman, he will kill you too. Maybe this is why you are the queen. Maybe God put Esther in the palace to save her people." Esther asked Mordecai and the Jews to fast for 3 days. That means instead of eating, they would pray. Then he asked her if she would go to the king, and even if that meant that she would die. On the 3rd day, Esther did go to the king, and he saw Esther, and he held out his golden scepter. "What is it, Queen Esther?" the king asked. "What do you want to ask me? I will give you anything, up to half of my kingdom." Esther said, "Would you and Haman come to a feast?" So Haman and the king went to Esther's feast. After eating, the king said, "What do you want, Queen Esther? I'll give you anything, up to half my kingdom." She says, "Come to my feast tomorrow," and he agreed. The next day, Haman and the king went to Esther's feast. And after eating, the king said, "What do you want, Queen Esther? I'll give you anything, up to half of my kingdom." Esther spoke up. "There is a plan to kill me and my people." The king replied, "Who is responsible for this plan?" "This evil enemy Haman is," Esther said, and the king was angry. He punished Haman and made a law to keep the Jewish people safe from their enemies. God can use anybody. That was a great story about Esther. I would love this week to see a picture of your feast. I would love for you to set the table and make yourself a feast of, I don't care what it is, candy or cookies or whatever mom and dad will let you do. So send me a picture of that to be entered into the drawing for a free gift card. Cruz was our winner last week. Thanks guys, have a great day.